And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our final presentation for today. If you've been a part of our FIFA conferences, you always know that we like to end the evening. The speaker that we had last year as well, she really did tug at our hearts, and she definitely left such a big impression in all our minds. And today, as we end our 7th annual conference, we really hope that each and every one of you will enjoy our final presentation for today. Let's take a look and welcome her.
Namaste everyone. How many of you like to get something for free? Everyone? Yes. We would love to hear your voices. Yes? Yes. All right. So I want to give you a 3-in-1 offer today, a buy 2 get 1 free offer. Are you okay for that? Yes. Shall we start the first one? But before that, I want to get 2 conditions cleared from you. Nothing comes without conditions, do they? Right? So I want 2 conditions from you. 1, shall we all switch off our cell phones for this time? No looking at cell phones now. Yes? And the second part is that I want to, for the next 1 hour, for you to just keep an open mind and heart. Is that possible? Yes. Awesome. So now for the first video.
This is the story of a blessed child who was born in South India 9 long years after her parents' marriage. They had performed much penance and desperately prayed for her to be conceived. When she did come, they embraced her as a gift from the divine and showered her with unconditional love and care. When she was just 3, her father took her to the swimming pool for the first time and dropped her right into the deep. But even as her mother watched in horror and panic, up she came, totally fearlessly, grinning gleefully and thrilled at the new experience. Automatically responding to her parents' endeavor to give her the best of everything, she flourished and effortlessly excelled at everything. By the age of 8, she became a state champion in swimming, winning gold, as well as becoming the youngest member of the Tamil Nadu senior women's cricket team, a record that still stands. She also captained Tamil Nadu, the under 19 girls team of Tamil Nadu, to its only victory in a national level tournament till date. Her father's job requirements saw them move almost every year, and during the 12 years of school, she attended 9 different schools in 3 different continents. Completing her schooling in Pennsylvania, USA, with the highest honors, she found a place in the who's who amongst America's students, an award that is bestowed upon the elite top 2 percentile of the American student population, virtually guaranteeing her entrance into the country's top Ivy League schools like Harvard, Princeton, or Yale. However, she chose to continue her education in India against the trend because her dream was to represent India in cricket. She wanted to bleed blue. Returning home, she enrolled in an MBA program. For the first time at the age of 18, she found a place in the women's South Zone cricket squad. It looked as if her dream of wearing the India jersey would soon be fulfilled. The future was brimming with infinite possibility. Could you just close your eyes for a moment and imagine how she would look today? What would she be doing with her life now? Maybe she's sitting in the audience? Maybe she's a CEO. Just look around you. Where is she now?
मुझे भी सारथी जरूरी है. Do you think I could still be a CEO? Would you like to know what I'm still doing with my life now? Yes? May we have the second video, please? The lights out, please.
2012 என்னுடைய பிஇ கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிவிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் சென்னையில் ஒரு 2 கம்பெனி எம்என்சியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஆல்மோஸ்ட் கன்னியாகுமரி டு காஷ்மீர் வரைக்கும் சர்வீஸ் இன்ஜினியராக ட்ராவல் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். 2016 தீபாவளிக்காக வீட்டுக்கு வந்துட்டு திரும்பி ரிட்டன் இங்கேருந்து போகும்போது எனக்கு ஒரு பைக் ஆக்சிடெண்ட் ஒன்று ஆகிடுச்சு. பைக் ஆக்சிடெண்ட் ஆன பிறகு பெட் ரிட்டன்லாம் இருந்தேன். இப்போ ஆஃப்டர் சோல்ஃப்ரீயில் நான் ஜாயின் பண்ணி ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் எடுத்ததுக்கப்புறம் எனக்கு வாக்கரில் ஏஞ்சி நடக்க முடியுது.
2 paraplegic girls I knew. They were cooking, they were cleaning from their wheelchair, but they were told that they are a shame, a burden, and a curse. And poison was left next to them, and they drank it and passed away. Then I couldn't imagine all over India what must be happening. So I said, even if there is one person that I can help, then I'm going to do that. And that's how Soulfree started. Namaste, I'm Preethi Srinivasan. At the age of 18, I had been chosen in the top 2 percentile of the student population in the US. I became the under 19 Tamil Nadu captain in girls cricket. I had gone for a college excursion to Pondicherry. We were playing in about 2.5 feet of water, and I stumbled. I knew I was going to fall, so being a seasoned swimmer, I dove in face forward. Life as I knew it was over in that split second. Training 6-7 hours a day to being told that you're going to be a quadriplegic, you're never going to be able to move anything below your neck is not an easy thing for an 18-year-old to just absorb. If a person with spinal cord injury is given training in how to take care of themselves physically, psychologically, and from a socio-economic perspective, they can lead a normal lifespan. That's where Soulfree comes in. The government of Tamil Nadu has recognized the value of our work. They gave us a building in the old GH compound of Tiruvannamalai. Today we have successfully constructed a 20,000 square feet integrated spinal rehabilitation center. Inspire will provide holistic integrated treatment options.
இந்த இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட்டு சோல்ஃப்ரீயில் சேர்ந்ததால் மட்டும்தான் எனக்கு இது சாத்தியமாச்சு. நெக்ஸ்ட்டு பேரா ஒலிம்பிக் கேமில் நான் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணணுன்ற ஒரு தாட்டும் இப்போ லாஸ்ட்டு 6 months அதுக்கு ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன்.
We need India to join hands with Soulfree and ensure that our ultimate vision, that nobody, no man, no woman, no quadriplegic, no paraplegic, that nobody is forced to commit suicide because of a physical condition they have no control over.
So we've seen the buy two, now is the get free offer, right? And what is always free? Gyan. So that's what I'm going to offer now. I always, there's very little I know about mutual funds. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. But I've heard that there are bull markets and there are bear markets. And obviously the bull market is when the market is doing very well. But the real masters the ones who know it in their blood, they are the ones who can make money, who can be victorious in both markets. Is that not right? Am I right? So actually that's true for life also. There are always ups and downs in life. There's a bull market in life as well, when anything you touch gets gold. I had that for the first 18 years of my life. That's a pretty good run, isn't it? When I had a bull market in my life, I never once asked, why am I having it so good? I've never been bad at anything in my life. I started swimming, I became a gold medalist. I started playing cricket, I became the captain. When I went to school, I was the star. And I was reasonably good looking. At least the guys seem to think so. So everything I touched was gold. And at that point, never did I ask, do I deserve it? I thought, yes, I did deserve it. Because I started swimming at 5 in the morning and I was doing 5-6 hours of training every day. I felt I worked hard. So I deserved every good thing that came to me. But then in a split second, everything was lost. In a split second, I didn't know who I was anymore. Because I lost everything, including my own body. I'll throw you a challenge. Most of the time, when we see a person in a wheelchair, what do we feel about them? Pity, right? Sympathy. So a person with disability is considered somebody we need to give sympathy to. So how many of you are wearing glasses? Most of us. You keep looking at the computer every day, you need glasses, right? Are you disabled then? Yes? Anybody who's wearing glasses is disabled. Because if you take off your glasses, you can't see. That's the reason we are wearing glasses, right? So your disability is fixed with a pair of glasses. Mine requires something more. Am I that different from you? Do we not all face disability at some point or the other in our lives? For the first 4 years of our life, we don't even have bowel and bladder control. And mostly towards the end, we go back to that. So if anything, we are temporarily abled. Right? In this moment, your body seemingly is cooperating with you and mine is not. Big deal. So why not create a world that is universally accessible? Why be so callous? Why be so arrogant about something that's just here now? Just a question. Think about it later on. The other thing, who amongst us is perfect now and is always going to be? Some disabilities are visible and some are not. Right? I'd like to share a story here. It was told by Senator Tom Harkin, who was one of the first main people who brought the ADA, the American Disabilities Act, into force. He had a younger brother who had a hearing impairment. So the younger brother worked in a bakery and he didn't like the job. He found it very boring. So one of the customers one day came up to him with a note saying, "Are you enjoying this job?" And he said, "No, it's boring." So he said, "Why don't you come with me on your weekly off? I'll take you somewhere. Let's see if you enjoy that work." So he took him to a manufacturing plant, huge machines. And This guy loved these machines. He loved. So he went there and he started working there. And you know what? He worked there so happily. But it turns out that you and I can't work there because those machines create so much noise. Normal hearing people, whatever normal is, have to wear earplugs and headphones to cancel the noise. And every half an hour we have to go out just to save our eardrums. In that environment, who is disabled? You and I? Because our friend and his friends, all with hearing impairments, were able to work there bindas. So then isn't the environment what disables us? So if we have working places that are accessible, that can provide us with the small accommodations we need, then we could also fulfill our highest potential, yes or no? We want, when we have assets, we want all our assets to do the best they can, isn't it? So isn't it a good idea to give people like us opportunities to fulfill our highest potential? So as people who are advising people who have companies, can you advise them to give people like us jobs? Because for us it will never be a job. It will be much more than that. We will work doubly hard, triply hard to prove ourselves. Is that not right? So I come to you like this. Did all of you get the joke here? So I come to you as a butterfly. Even though the first half of my life was seemingly perfect, I didn't know much about life then. I feel I'm much better as a human being now, today. Because my life is not about me. It's not about myself. It's not about mine. My life is serving a greater purpose. Because Soulfree exists, 2,000 people living below the line of poverty and facing a lifetime of paralysis are able to lead better lives today. All of you are much better off than me. But how many lives are you impacting? How many lives are you able to positively impact that they can say, I'm alive today because this person exists? So am I not a butterfly now? Thank you. But I didn't start off like that. I was 18. I was just having a perfect life. And then in a split second, I lost everything. I lost my very sense of identity. I was broken. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to see me. I didn't want to meet people. I tried to escape. It seemed like I became invisible in a day. People would either studiously look away from me. They didn't want to be my friend anymore. I felt hurt. I didn't understand. What had changed? I was the same champion I always was. But they didn't look at me like that. I tried to join college. They said there are 15 days of practical classes. There are no lifts, no ramps. Why do people like you bother? This is what we face. And then I started fighting. And today, I can proudly say that I'm the first woman with a 90% disability to ever gain admission into the PhD program of IIT Madras in their history. Thank you. So anything is truly possible. We just need to keep going. We just need to keep fighting. And for that, we need to see the best in everything. We need to see the blessing in everything. We need to see that we are all one and we all can reach success only together. We always think that success is a very lonely place where you stand above Mount Everest and look down on people. It's really not. If we don't do it together, we don't do it at all. And I want to share with you what I learned in this process of becoming who I am today. And that is that very, very early on, we are conditioned to believe that I am different than you and somehow my needs are more important than yours. Whether it's almost like fed into us, it's conditioned like we drink our mother's milk. Somehow I'm different than you and my needs are more important than yours. That means what? Even if I have enough, I need to know what you have. So I got 85 marks. My mother says to me, look at the person next to you, he got 100. Where did you eat up all those rest of the marks? Is it not? So what do we need to do? Compare. He got the latest iPhone. I better go and get it. He is wearing this brand. I better have one better than that. He's got his BMW. I need to go get something better than that. He's got a beautiful wife. I am not going to end that statement. Don't we compare? Our whole society is based on that. It's not enough if I have enough. Don't we all have more than enough of everything? But we keep going more and more and more. If I have 100 C, I need 200. If I have 200, I need 600. That will mean it's never enough. It's never enough. So what do? We compete. We stop being friends. We stop being colleagues. We stop being mates. We are competitors. Even while we are in school, everybody in my class is not my friend. They are my competitor. Because tomorrow when I go for the interview, only one of us is going to get a job. So we run over each other. Sometimes we even damage another. उसका क्या है, कुछ भी हो जाएगा, ये मुझे चाहिए, मुझे ही मिलना है ना? Competition. And how do we win competitions? We win competitions by controlling. Competition between husband and wife is also brought by control. If I can control her, yes, then I am the boss. From individuals to nations, I might have 6,000 years worth of petrol, but I am going to control how much you make. And I will take that also. That way I am controlling the rates. But what happens when we control? At some point or the other, the person being controlled, the entity that's being controlled, will not take it anymore. So what does that lead to? Another C, conflict. That's why there's conflict everywhere. Because we are trying to control everywhere. and we are trying to have more than the other everywhere. We all will have enough. We can all be happy. But no, I need to have more than you, no. So conflict starts. That's why there is war, there's plenty of it all over now. So the next slide. So these are the 5 C's that cause our world to be the way it is now, that cause us all to be islands. Anybody here who has not felt alone? Anybody here who has not felt somehow left out? We all feel alone. No matter how much I make, I'm still trying to be accepted. I'm still trying to be approved of by my mates. We are all looking for approval, is it not? We're all looking for love. We're all wanting for somebody to say, hey, it's okay. I love you just the way you are. But these 5 C's, they won't allow us to be loved. Because it's not enough. Because you need to have more. More and more and more and more. And what does it make you happy? How long does it make you happy? Pleasure and happiness are not the same. There is one thing we are all being led by. Any guesses? One thing that motivates each of our actions from the day we are born till the day we die. Fear. Fear that we will not be accepted, fear that it will not be enough, fear that my wife might leave me, fear that my children may not see me the way I want them to. Fear. So if you Google it, do you know what the top 2 things people fear most are? One is death, and the second is public speaking. And I can tell you, I've been there, done that, both of them. I got nothing to be afraid of. I was dead for 8 minutes. My body turned blue and cold. And I know most people here have a finance background, but I think most of us will agree that more than 30 seconds without oxygen to the brain starts to die. So after 8 minutes, if it seems like most of my brain cells are still intact and working, it's a miracle. The fact that I'm breathing here is a miracle. The fact that I'm talking to you, this kind of an audience. I must thank Rupa ji, and I must thank Shaheen Jayani ji for giving me this opportunity to be here amongst such beautiful people. Because really, what can a girl in a wheelchair have to say to so many experts? So many people who know how to be truly successful in the world. But I want to ask you, who is really successful? What is success? When you go to sleep at night, are you able to sleep immediately? I can. I close my eyes and lights out. Nothing I know till the next day. Even alarms I don't hear. What is real success? I always believe that real success is not the one who has everything. Because you know, the one who has everything to lose. जिसके पास कुर्सी है उसको कुर्सी बचा के रखना है, right? What you have is an illusion. So everything will go. Your beauty will go. Everything will go. There was one earthquake. Countries are going. Entire blocks of buildings are rubble today. बैंक में क्या रखा था किसको मालूम है? बैंक ही नहीं है. It takes a split second. All these empires we have built, everything can go. Is there something within us that can't go? Are you your name? Are you your fame? Are you your bank balance? Who are you? What is there within you that can't go, that can't be taken away? Can you find it? That age can't take away. That time can't wipe out. Are you merely this thing that was born today and is going to die, if not today, then 50 years from now? When I was broken after my accident, my father told me this. He said, "What's this body? What are you crying about?" I was 18, mind you. He said, "This body, everybody's body is going. What's the big deal?" He said. Think that you got something precious, you got time. In fast forward, you don't have to retire and then think about who you are. You can think who you are right now, here and now. Start being fully alive in the present moment, because only the present moment exists. Find out what you really want out of life. Really? You only want money out of life? What do you really want out of life? Anybody? Happiness, love, peace of mind. Can you buy them? म्यूचुअल फंड सेल करके मिलेगा क्या? It's like MasterCard, no? Some things can be bought with money. For everything else, that MasterCard is a different one. You have to be a master of a different kind. You have to be master of the self. You have to know yourself. What is it I want out of life? When you go to bed, when you lie down, when it might be your last breath, when your body is fighting, what is it that you want out of life? I knew from when I was very young. I was blessed that way. My mother used to always tell me to pray. After my bath, I had to pray and then only go to school. I would say, "Amma, I can't do that." I would say, "Amma, I don't remember any shlokas." I would say, "Amma, I'm going to be late for school." She would say, "Stand out of the gate." If they close the gate on you, you stand outside. But those 5 minutes you have to spend in the puja. So I would go in there and I had only one wish, only one desire for this being. And that desire was to be a blank slate. How did a 6-year-old, 8-year-old know what a blank slate was? I don't know. But I would see debits and credits like you would in a bank thing or whatever. And I would see them all being removed. Just a pure blank slate. So my deal with God was, this is going to be my last lifetime. I have been around the block too many times, man. I'm old. I'm ancient. And the way to do that, to be a blank slate and to make this your last lifetime, is to not write on the board. If there is a blackboard and you keep writing on it, can it be a blank slate? Nahi na. But if you are in the real life, in the real world, I went to this college, I had this girlfriend, that boyfriend, I got married, I had 2 kids, I made 200 crores. You keep writing on it, then how can you be a blank slate? So this lifetime, to become the blank slate, if that's your priority, if that's the real goal, then you have to work to it. Yes or no? I promise you one thing today. Whatever it is you want, from the deepest part of your heart, whatever it is, you will get it. The cosmos will give you exactly what you asked for. But there is a price to pay. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's a price to pay. So be very careful what you ask for. You will get it, but you'll have to pay the price. And what the price is, you won't know. So after you've got the price, there's no use in saying, oh my God, this is too much, I can't do this. This is too difficult, it's paining, it's this and that. It's the price. So actually, whatever happens in my life, I'm so blissed out. I'm so filled with contentment. I'm so filled with joy. I'm so filled with gratitude. Because every challenge, every difficulty, every pain I get, I feel it's taking me closer to my goal, to my ultimate vision. Because all this that is here, each one of those things I have been given. The blessing of being purely present and alive here and now in this moment. The blessing of having a greater purpose. I am the face and voice of a segment of society that has no face and no voice, that's being killed day in and day out. I'm the face of those people. That's my greater purpose. I have absolute peace of mind. I'm absolutely content. I go into every room filled with people who have apparent success, and I can say that I'm the happiest person in the room. So what is it that I've lost? I lost my illusions. I lost my illusion of control. I lost the illusion of being intelligent. Now I know that I know absolutely nothing. I lost the illusion. Even my little finger I can't move. So what can I control in this universe? So I am able to be here, just here, in this moment. My priorities are absolutely perfect. I have nothing to fear in this world. I have nothing to lose in this world. I don't want for anything at all. And this body, this broken body, has created Soulfree. You saw the video. Soulfree has been in existence for the last 10 years now. And we provide wheelchairs, we provide hospital beds, we provide medical aids, we provide medical rehabilitation. And all these people who are unable to live otherwise are living now. And we have established the Soulfree Inspire Center, which is a 20,000 square feet facility. More than 100 people have completed their rehabilitation now. And they are able to, people who come in not even able to make eye contact. They have been bedridden for years. 3 months, 4 months later are able to walk away with calipers, walk away with a smile, walk away knowing that they can go back out into the world and make a living for themselves. And not only that, we are working on several future projects. A soul voice is meant to create voice-based jobs for people whose hands are also not working. And a soul care project that is meant to give jobs for people as personal care assistants. And ultimately, a Soulfree Shambhala village that will allow people like me to lead a life of dignity and purpose and die with dignity. Because till date, my mother is there with me. But if my family is not there to care for me, I don't know what will happen. There's not one place in India where I can go and live with dignity. And I am trying to be the change. But I need all of your support. Will you support me? Thank you. So now if we can have a few questions maybe. Any questions you would like to ask me? Yes, ma'am.
That incident that turned your life.
Right. So, my father loved me beyond anything in the world. I'm an only child. And he had a heart attack and passed away overnight. 4 days after that, my mother had a heart attack. And I thought my life was difficult. I had to move from Tiruvannamalai, where I lived, to Chennai for my mother's bypass. I didn't know what we had in the bank. I had an 80-year-old grandmother to take care of, and I had suddenly overnight become, this clock is freaking me out, yeah. Can we switch it off? So, I felt my life was really difficult. And then in the 3 months we were in Chennai for my mother's bypass, my father's friends came up to me and said, what happens to you if your family is not around to care for you? And I was shit scared, because I didn't know the answer to that. And what do we do when we don't know the answer to something? We Google it. So I Googled, and I found that there's not one place in the world I can go. In India I can go. We are 1/5 of the world's population. And should there be a woman in my condition, so far there's not a place I can go and live out my life. So from that reality, my mother said, you be the change. I have faith in you, you do something. And I said, Amma, are you mad? I can't even help myself. If you put food in front of me, I can't even take it and eat. What am I going to do helping others? And India is this place where the person who wants to be transparent and true is the one who gets into trouble. So then we went back to Tiruvannamalai, and in the 3-month span I was staying in Chennai, I came to know that 2 paralyzed girls we knew in Tiruvannamalai district. They were paraplegics. They could use their hands, they could do kitchen work, they could do cleaning work. They were told that you're a shame, you're a burden, you're a curse on the family. Because you exist, nobody is willing to marry your brother. Because who will shoulder the burden? Poison was left next to them and they drank it and died. So that's when I felt I was like slapped on the face, because again, fear had been my driver. I was afraid. I don't know how to run an organization. I don't know anything about accounts. I don't know anything about the legalities of running an organization. So what can I do? Was the question I was asking myself. But when these 2 girls died, I said, I don't care. I'm going to be their face and voice. Even if I can help one person, I will do that. And that's how it got started. But yeah, I was so busy feeling sorry for myself. When I stopped thinking, why me? And started thinking, why not me? I have all these skills. I can speak. I can be heard. Then I started something good with my life. Did I answer the question? Yes, absolutely. My mother is 71 years old. She is still my primary caregiver. She is my goddess. I am alive here today because she has sacrificed herself so that I may live with dignity. She has not slept continuously for the last 8 years, for 8 hours for the last 25 years now. She has not slept one continuous night, because every 2 hours she has to change my position in bed so that I don't develop bed sores. So let me introduce my goddess, Vijayalakshmi Srinivasan to you. Avaliki birthday.
I wished her and gave her that. I just wanted to get her mother, because you know what resilience the mother would have gone through to see the child go through, and look at the smile and look at the spark on her face. I think we all have to learn from her, saying that in spite of all that she has seen, that smile and being there for the daughter is something that we all have to learn. We get perplexed by small things just because something comes as regulatory, and we create such an hassle and such an issue. But here are people whom we give us saying that you need your grit, you need your determination, and today it's a salute to both of you, and salute to especially your mother, who's been there like a rock for you, and absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I have to share a story here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All your blessings are a real world to us, means a real world to us. Please bless her that she can do much, much better for the society. Thank you so much.
So I want to share a story about my mother. I don't have urine control, so I have a catheter, and my catheter got blocked, and it was like my brain was being just squeezed. I was going into something called autonomous dysreflexia that can even cause brain hemorrhage. So I was telling my mom, "Ma, I'm dying." And she just looked in my face. And he said, I don't think so. He's not going to let you go that easily. So just be quiet, let me change the catheter. So when things get so utterly out of control, she's so calm. And she only sees the good things. So if I am 10% of her today, 10% everything I am is because of her. She is the managing trustee of Soulfree also. Because I can't make a signature, she's. Yeah. So Soulfree has a long way to go. We are only supporting people mostly around Tamil Nadu, but there are a lot of people with spinal cord injuries across India, especially in the northwest. We've got some people from Maharashtra even now. So there's a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of room for growth. So if all of your blessings are there, we would like to invite all of you to come to Tiruvannamalai and visit the center once. And you can see if there are anybody here who doesn't believe in God, then surely you should come to the center. Because I feel that that place is proof that God exists. Because this body cannot do that. And life is so alive there. Miracles are happening every day. Magic is happening. Transformations are happening every day. So please come, visit our center, become a friend of Soulfree, join us in this work to help those who have no voice and no face. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am, thank you so much. I'm sure that you can see that the standing ovation for both of you definitely means a lot to everybody right here in this room. We would like to give you a token of our appreciation for you coming and being here with us for our 7th annual conference. So could I please request Ms. Anita Datta from Belgaum, ma'am, if you can come and join us on stage so that we can present it to Ms. Preethi Srinivasan. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, and we wish you safe travel back home. And I'm sure you've inspired a lot of people present here in this room to even come and visit you. We wish you all the luck. Thank you.